Deshaun Johnson wearing some sort of sriracha hot chili sauce sweatshirt there. We're celebrating Christmas, as you can see. Dan Orlovsky and Marcus Spears as well, feeling very much in the holiday spirit. Wow, Dan. Okay, that's a Jesus and a birthday boy. That's very good. Let's bring in Adam Schefter as well. Of course, he's joining us with Week 16. And, wow, Adam, you look great. We'll leave it at that. What are you watching for this week in the NFL?
Well, Laura, I'm going to have to get into the Christmas spirit here in no time at all. But for right now, what we're watching is the Washington football team and Dwayne Haskins. He took all the starter reps today during practice. Now, Alex Smith did throw off to the side, and I think Washington was encouraged about that. I think right now it's trending toward Haskins, but they're hoping that Smith can make a recovery in time to start Saturday's game against the Carolina Panthers. Sunday's game, excuse me.
Tennessee, Green Bay. I'm looking at this Green Bay defense. Obviously, we know that the Titans are going to want to feature Derrick Henry and keep Aaron Rodgers off the field as much as possible. But I think it's going to be a lot about Tannehill and A.J. Brown and Davis downfield, Jonnu Smith, if he's available as well. I'm looking forward to see this Green Bay Packers defense and how they try to tame King Henry.
I want to watch Jared Goff value the football. Simply put, in the games when you don't turn the football over, your team wins by more than just a touchdown. In the games that you do, or the 5 losses that you have, you've given the ball away 4 of those 5 games. Simply put, the best way to spread holiday cheer is for Jared Goff to value the football for everybody to hear.
I see Uncle Dan. I see what you're doing right there. I'm looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns applying that pressure to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They go take care of the Jets. And if, for some odd reason, that the Steelers lose to the Indianapolis Colts, Week 17 for the division, baby.
All right, let's see if we can continue the holiday rhyming throughout the show. That's very scary. Key, that Steelers-Colts game, enormous for so many reasons. You kind of mentioned it there. One of them being that the Steelers have collapsed, trying to get back on track after another shocking loss. Of course, this one to the Bengals on Monday Night Football. And Big Ben was not holding back yesterday when he was asked about some of the chatter around how poor they've played of late. Listen to what he said.
When you play like poo, you should get talked about like that. And so, I need to play better. So if I'm not giving them a reason to talk good, then I'm giving them a reason to talk bad. So that's all on me. I need to play better.
Playing like poo. Yeah, all right, we got it. Say Big Ben and company have been trending in the wrong direction. Using efficiency, which measures success per play, Pittsburgh's been the worst offense since the last 3 weeks, ranking dead last in third down conversion rate and yards per rush. Meanwhile, the Colts on the other side, they rank top 5 in those categories since their 3-game win streak began in Week 13. So, Keith, these two teams really are in the same situation right now, but coming from different directions. What do you expect in this game?
Well, I'm going to be looking at Pittsburgh, obviously, Laura, because when I look at the Steelers, they were hot. They were 11-0. We were questioning, with Pittsburgh Steelers-style football, this is the way they play. Right. Then all of a sudden they lose a game. We go, okay, whatever. We give them a pass. They lose another game. We start raising our eyebrows. Then they go and get the third game, and we sitting there going, okay, now we're starting to look at the Cleveland Browns. Now the Cleveland Browns are looking at them. They're looking over their shoulders to a point that they're now, to me, they're worried that they're going to be one and done in the playoffs. And I respect Mike Tomlin to the best of them. He coached me down in Tampa. Great man, great everything. But when I start looking at a head coach worried about pregame rituals from a receiver, a wide receiver, obviously, and Juju Smith-Schuster doing the things that he was doing, and now you have to address that as if that is the reason you are losing football games or a part of the reason you're losing football games, that pressure is coming. And if they lose to the Indianapolis Colts and the Browns take care of business, the Browns won 10 games for the first time since 2007. They haven't won the division since 1989. That doesn't even sound right. Imagine what Cleveland's feeling right now, guys.
Cleveland is excited right now, Key, right? That, to me, is what this is all about. Pittsburgh, 3 weeks ago, was 11-0. We're talking about whether they can take on the 1972 Dolphins. And 3 weeks later, we're talking about the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns winning the AFC North because of the opportunity that the Pittsburgh Steelers have presented them. If the Steelers lose on Sunday to the Colts, and I don't know if they match up real well to a team that brings pressure against the quarterback the way the Colts do, oh boy, Week 17, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. for the division title. That would be something.
Shefty, if you don't hurry the hell up and put a Christmas-themed shirt on, I'm going to come over there and rearrange all your furniture and pull all your books off your bookshelf and throw them on the floor. We need you to have some Christmas spirit, damn it.
Man. You know, Marcus, here's the advantage of 2020. When you work from home, right, in between breaks, you can scour through the closet and see what you come up with, right?
Hey.
I'm unprepared to start the show. Let's see what I come back as now.
Stay tuned. What a tease right there.
Okay.
See what
Cool.
what outfit change happens here. Go ahead, Marcus.
All right, El Boogie, let me talk about, obviously, what we are talking about right here. And this is the season of giving. And you know what? This Indianapolis Colts defensive line give butt whoopings all over the place. So this is not the favorable matchup for the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially with Buckner and Danico Autry and Houston up front and how they use Darius Leonard in this pressure package that Eberflus is deploying. Listen, they ain't getting right against the Indianapolis Colts, y'all. I feel terrible for the Pittsburgh Steelers because I don't see a fix. I don't see where they're going to have an opportunity to work on anything that they need to work on to be better entering the playoffs. It's a tough challenge for anybody, man, but especially the Steelers with the way their offense is playing and those defensive beasts that they have in Indianapolis.
Yeah, and Dan, they also have some great offensive weapons for the Colts, right?
Yeah, Ruddy, I think that, the nation thinks it's just T.Y. Hilton, right? And I would argue that they've got a lot of pieces that are super important. They use them well. Like, it's T.Y., great. He's awesome. But they got two other receivers that can play, Zach Pascal and Pittman Jr. Those two are coming along in their offense. And then they got three tight ends that they love to throw the football to. You know, Mo Alley Cox is a big-time red zone matchup, and then Burton's very much so a piece that they love to use, and Jack Doyle continues to just show up and perform for this football team. And then there's two tailbacks. I mean, Hines and Taylor are both really good in both the run and the pass game. And the great thing that Frank Reich does is, he'll put those three receivers on the field personnel, and so as a defense, Pittsburgh's thinking, all right, this is going to be a throwdown. And they'll pound the football out of 11 with their run game. And then they'll put those three tight ends on the field, and they'll throw out of it. Pittsburgh loves to play in base defense, so it'll stress them. I would say that Indy's got a lot of elves, right? And elves' favorite food groups, 4 favorite food groups are candy canes, candy corn, and syrup. They got a lot of elves. Pittsburgh's defense right now is a little sweet. There's a lot of eating to on Sunday afternoon.
You all right, Dan?
Marcus, are you disgusted?
I'm disgusted. I really am. Listen, you name some good candy. You name what elves do, but don't ever say candy corn. Don't ever